talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.
Welcome back to another episode of Caged In. I'm your host, Krista Carlo. Got a very special guest making her debut on the show. It's the baby shark herself, Tabatha Ricci. How are we doing today, Tabatha?
Hi, thanks so much for having me. Doing awesome.
Hey, I appreciate the time. I know you just got out of training. So thank you so much for taking the time. I'm excited about having this conversation with you. So let's just get right into it. We'll dive into your background a little bit. Where were you born and raised, and kind of what was growing up like for you?
Well, I was born and raised in Birigui, São Paulo, in Brazil. My family is from martial arts. My dad's a master in judo. My parents are personal training, and I got into judo since I was a little kid, like 6 years old, and I already knew what I want to be, where I belong since I was in judo. So I always had a love for the martial arts. And yeah, so I started in judo, and then I have some fights in Muay Thai, and I decided to do MMA, and that's why I started doing in Jiu-Jitsu.
Nice. I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of experience from a young age in MMA. Did you play
Yeah.
any other traditional sports like soccer or anything like that growing up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did all the sports. So I was playing basketball, swimming, soccer, everything. Yeah.
Nice. And when did you decide, like, the first time you got into an MMA gym, like, this is something that I could want to do forever? Do you remember that time where that kind of clicked for you?
I don't remember exactly that time, but I do remember that I always loved to be in the gym, and I always feeling happy and motivating, and I just love to train. I love the routine. I like the process. I like to be busy. So since I started doing MMA and all those martial arts, I remember I was jumping gym to gym, back to back. I was like a little rat in the gym. Actually, it's just like I just like the grind. Yeah.
For sure. Your nickname, let's talk about that a little bit. You go by Baby Shark.
Yeah.
What's the story behind the nickname? How'd you get it?
Well, I got this nickname here in my gym at Paragon in Ventura, because that's a jiu-jitsu instructor, Black Belt James. At the time that I show up for training, he's like, "Oh, baby sharks in the house," because I was the only girl, the smallest one, and I'm just fighting all the guys, and I always like to go hard, and then they call me Baby Shark.
Nice. It's definitely stuck. People have embraced it. The fans have embraced it for sure. You do carry
Yeah.
around the little stuffed animal Baby Shark as well. When
Yeah.
did you start incorporating, that little mascot into like your fight week media stuff and kind of bringing that thing around a little bit?
I got this baby shark, I think was in Oklahoma when I fought for LFA. I think it was my second fight in LFA. And I was walking through the Walmart, me and my coach, to buy some stuff for after wake up. And I was just found the shark and I decided to carry with me around.
I mean, it's another thing, like it's synonymous with your nickname. Everybody seems to love it. It's great seeing you, in all your UFC
Yeah.
press photos, having it as well. It's definitely a cool thing. And it's something different too. Not a lot of people, have stuff like that to incorporate. So I find it to be a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about,
Thank you.
of course, let's talk about your gym a little bit. I know you train over at Paragon BJJ. For those who aren't very familiar with the gym, can you kind of describe the vibe of your gym, who your coaches are, and then, just kind of fill us in there?
Yeah, my head coach is Franginha. He's a legend jiu-jitsu. He's Card Miller. He comes from Alliance. And my gym is like a really like a family gym. We have good vibes. If you're around Ventura, California, you guys are always welcome to come to my gym and have some fun. Yeah, so I by myself in the United States, so that gym for me is like my home. And I also built my team with my older sessions. So I have my boxing gym that I was just right now as at Knuckleheads here in Ventura. I have my strength conditioning with Alex. I have my wrestling with Coach Carl. So, and I do Muay Thai. So I drive a lot to LA so I can do my Muay Thai sessions at Saxons. Sometimes go for sparrings, for get some training partner, Black House. So I'm just, jumping around and getting the best.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like you're kind of bouncing around all over the place, which is good, getting different looks everywhere. When it comes time to, get down into a fight camp, what does a typical fight camp look for you?
I'm always in camp. I always have the same schedule, same routine. But when I get to the fight, we actually get in to a game plan. We talk with the coach. We sit down. We come up with the plan, and we just get more specific for the opponent. So we change some little stuff,
Mm.
and we come up with the right times that we're gonna go pretty hard. Sometimes we go more technical and then we roughing it again, so we come up with the right time to get peaks and slow down so we don't get also overtrained. Yeah.
For sure. And speaking of fighting, let's get into some of your past fights a little bit. You are 9-1 as a pro, 4-1 with 4 wins in a row inside the UFC. Looking back at your debut, when you got that phone call to, join the UFC, you found out you were going to be fighting in the UFC Octagon for the first time. What were that emotions like, and what were those feelings like for you then?
I was very, very emotional. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I think everything happened very quick, and it was in a COVID time, so I had a great opportunity. I got a call in like 3 days notice, fighting a division up with a very high rank opponent, high level. So I had to get the fight, and no matter what, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm always in camp, I'm always ready, no matter what. So that was my dream to get in the UFC. That was my portal. That was my door to get my dream come true. So it was very emotional for me. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. That's awesome. And your
Yeah.
UFC debut, you did take on Manon Fiorot.
Yeah.
Since you have experience against her, how does it feel seeing her now at the top of that division? Is that surprising for you or not surprising for you at all? How do you feel about her success currently?
Yeah, that's not surprising for me at all. I already knew she was like a high level top fighter, I was already expecting that she was gonna be up there.
You think that she's in line or next in line to get a title shot in that division soon?
Absolutely. I think she proves a lot. She's been coming and knocking people out, fighting pretty good, and like showing that she deserved the next title shot.
For sure. And, since that one, you are now currently on a 4-fight win streak. How do you feel about this current streak that you're on? And what has clicked for you since joining the UFC, getting that first one out of the way and now putting on a streak like this? What do you think has kind of clicked for you the most since then?
Um, I think I'm really enjoying the process now. The clicking for me is like just keep it going and then just keep it doing the right thing. Just like if I got here with the team that I have, it just keep myself more confident and uh proving to myself that I'm doing the right thing, the right path, I have the right people around me, and just keep it being myself and do what I'm doing, that believing that that's possible. Yeah.
For sure. One of those wins in that 4-fight win streak was at UFC 285 versus Jessica Penne. Your first finish inside the UFC as well. So that's a nice check on the checklist for sure. Looking at that final exchange, the beautiful judo throw, and then transitioning into the armbar. Can you speak on that series at the end of the fight there that got you that victory?
Yeah, so I have been practicing that through a lot, during my camp, do a lot of like, crazy reps, and actually thank you for my teammates that keep being throwing the ground. I know that stuff, but like everybody support each other. So thank you for them to let me throw them all the time. And yeah, the transition is something that is on my game. I don't even know when I finish. I don't even know how I did it. I
Mhm.
just it's just so automatic, and then I have to look back after the fight, say, "Oh, how that happened?" Because it's something already part of me, and it just happened.
Definitely.
I just feel like she gave it to me, and I took it. Yeah.
For sure. All in all, definitely a beautiful victory. Like I said, your first finish inside the UFC, definitely many more to come as well. Let's talk about your last outing. You went in there versus Gillian Robertson on UFC ABC 5, got a unanimous decision victory in that one. Looking at that performance, with this one being your most recent, how'd you feel about that fight? And how'd you feel about the victory on that night?
I feel pretty good. I think everything ran exactly I was planning, She did everything that I was expecting that she's gonna bring into the fight for me. And everything run exactly was my team was planning for the fight. I think we managed pretty good. We keep the distance. Yeah, we overstriking her and like a lot of movement, and I think she couldn't find her distance. So I think everything was planning exactly what I was imagining.
For sure. That fight was definitely one that the fans had their eye on. Very highly anticipated matchup between you two, and it definitely ended up being a big win for your career as well. Do you feel like now is the time for you to start fighting up in the rankings? You know, you just got the new number 11 next to your name this week. Are you looking to,
Yeah.
fight up in the rankings now and fight these girls that are now ranked ahead of you?
Well, I'm looking forward to fight this year still, I'm waiting for UFC to give me a call, and I'm saying I'm ready. I don't know yet. We need to talk to my team and see what is gonna be the best for me right now. When I'm in the rank, we have to be smart. The fight we take, see the level we are, and yeah. But I'm down to fight. I think when you're in the rank, you have to fight everybody. If you want to get to the shot at the top, there's no way we have to fight everybody. So I'll be ready.
100%. And you were previously ranked number 14. This week, the ranking did change. You bumped up to number 11 in the women's strawweight rankings. How does that feel seeing
Hmm.
that number change? And now you getting the respect and the accolades for this win streak that you put together. And now you're starting to see the payoff by moving up those rankings as well.
I feel like normal, I think this is a consequence of like the job that I do, the work that I put every day, it's a consequence of the hard work. So of course I'm very proud of myself, but I still have a lot to do, it's just a number for me. My goal is way bigger than just to be in the rank. Yeah.
For sure. You mentioned that you didn't have a fight currently booked with the UFC. You're waiting on an opponent. Has there been any conversations between you and the UFC since that fight with Gillian? Do you have any idea when we might see you in there again?
No, I talked to my manager, so they're trying to get me a fight soon as possible. But yeah, I feel like everybody in the rank already has a fight book,
Mhm.
so I have to wait a little bit my turn again, I guess. So hopefully, I asked them and I want to fight in December, so I'm just waiting if they can put me on the card in December 16. I would love to fight on the card.
Perfect. So that would be your ideal scenario. Your next fight, you would love to have it on
Yeah,
that December 16th card.
yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, I would love to be in the card. Yeah.
Perfect. I know we would all love to see you get back in there one more time before the end of the year. So I'm hoping that one pays off for you as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's talk about you a little bit outside of fighting. We all know you're a hard worker. We all know you're a grinder in the gym. We all know that you're dedicated to MMA in this MMA lifestyle. How would you describe yourself outside of all those things, the Tabatha Ricci that we don't necessarily get to see? We don't get to see the fighter side of you.
Um, well, when I'm not like when I always train, but like between trains and stuff, I always like to do different stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm going out playing some basketball. I love to I skateboard and surf. I like to hang out with my friends, do some barbecues. I like to sit down, have dinner, have some quality time, good conversations. Go swim. I always active. I always like to do something, I'm not the type that can stay home all the time, just chilling, I like to going out. I like to live, I wanna see different things. I wanna go for a hike. I wanna walk on
Mm.
the beach. I wanna drink some coffee outside. I don't know. I'm just looking to do something fun
Right.
or something that's not right, just to have fun, like I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Climbing the tree or like something crazy.
Yeah. You definitely strike me as the type of personality that likes to stay busy at all times. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm busy all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know I saw on your Instagram that you do have a partnership with 805 Beer.
Yeah.
The people that know me and listen to my show, though, they know that I love to enjoy myself a couple of cold ones as well.
Nice.
How do you feel about that partnership with them? And then how can I get my hands on some of this delicious 805 beer?
805 is great. I do literally have an amazing team, and then I have Arthur, a guy that helped me with my sponsorship. So he got me 805 sponsorship. and I'm very happy, and you know, that they're amazing, they're amazing crew. I think their 805 lifestyle is exactly how is my lifestyle it is, you know. So I like those radical sports, you know, like they're like a family. They're also like very like friendship, like family environment. So I think this is match my style awesome. And if you get a 805, I can send some to you. No problem.
You'll be my favorite UFC fighter of all time if you send me some beer. It's an easy requirement for me. All right, Tabatha, I appreciate the time. Thank you for coming on and having a conversation with me. I really appreciate it. Before I let you go, anything you want to say to the people? Where can we find you on social media? Give me the rundown.
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Tabatha Ricci, or Instagram. I'm very posting my trainings and more about my routine on Instagram, Tabatha.Ricci. And yeah, you guys can follow me there and see a little bit of me.
Perfect. All right, Tabatha, thank you again. We'll be looking forward to the fight announcements. Very excited to see you get inside that octagon again, hopefully in December like you want before the end of the year. And thank you one more time for taking the time. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Got down for the count and he can't even talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.